I'm currently working with JK Tyre and Industries Limited. For more than 6 years, I'm holding the position of CDIO, taking care of both digital and IT departments. Most of the today's relevant newest solutions are relevant and are being used in JK Tyre, so starting from IoT, Industry 4.0 as people call, ML, AI, RPA, cloud adoption. So all of these are being used in JK Tyres. So I'll give an example of this ML and AI use case. So we have of late started our digital claims app in which the tires are inspected using ML and the AI engines, and the turnaround time has reduced from 3-4 days to just flat 15 minutes. This is just an example. To survive this pandemic, the bad times, the bad experiences, initially for the first, as we know, the lockdown started in India effective 21st March, and slowly there were different stages, lockdown 1, 2, 3, 4. But in initial 1.5 months, no one was allowed even to move out because it was a complete lockdown. So we as a team, including all the members, were able to collaborate using different VC platforms like Teams, Zoom, and others also, as well as because people were allowed to, we already had the solution in place to allow people work remotely. So we amended our policies to include the BYOD, bring your own devices, and everybody was able to technologically meet and take business decisions. So this technology has really come handy in these tough times. So actually, what we have done with formation of the digital cell, we have amalgamated digital, rather embedded digital into the business itself. We have made cross-functional teams which work on the various small units, having members from the business as well as the digital and the IT functions who work together to achieve a business goal. That goal can be increasing the revenue, reducing cost, improving supply chain network, or to do some out of the box plannings like the one I mentioned, digital claims. And apart from the digital transformation has become a buzzword within the organization. So we have moved, I think, out of the digitization mode. We are really now transforming the business using the digital enablers. So digital transformation has become, I would say, a driver for the organization. We are not leaving any function or any process of the organization untouched. We are trying to find value to by increasing the top line or by doing some cost saving initiatives using the digital transformation. We want to achieve business value out of all of them. It can be in terms of saving of time of my colleagues, or doing something which was earlier being done on paper, making it a paperless office. So we are tracking each and every process through the value that it is generating for the business. As I said, the value can be measured in terms of either revenue increase or cost saving in some of the cases. So IT infrastructure, because it is spread across. So because in these lockdown teams, had it been an in-house data center, probably it would have become very difficult but we were on multiple models of cloud, private cloud, co-located cloud, the public cloud. So everything was managed by someone else for me. So therein the partner system also kicks in. The partner system is an integral part of JK's digital transformation roadmap. We work with multiple partners who provide value to us. Coming to the cyber security part, it's in these times the most essential. I'm not naming any of the businesses which all of us have been hearing got impacted. Some of them were in Noida. So the annual loss due to cyber security, cyber crimes that are happening is multi-billion dollars annually in India alone. What we have to do, we have not to allow any suspect inside, but we can't even let a privileged member or a regular member of the team left outside. So that's the dilemma of managing the cyber security. So IT team, we have a major portion of the IT team is at the head office, and there are IT teams which are working at the plants. Apart from that, we are working with multiple FMS vendors and other support partners who are working in tandem. So we are having very regular cadence calls to catch up with each other to see what someone had achieved, to celebrate the achievements and try to help each other out. And also important part is to get the learnings out of it so that it can be adopted at other places also. Again, because I'm assuming these external partners as a part of my extended team. And apart from that, the collaboration is not limited to IT team, external ecosystem, it's extended to the businesses across. So all the business stakeholder function leaders as well as their team members are part of multiple cross-functional teams which are helping collaborate and reach a consensus to find something of value to the business. For IoT, we have been working, our machines have been talking to us, to our systems since 2013. So it has been 7 years. Probably we were not using the word IoT Industry 4.0 then. So our machines we are able to get a real-time health check of the machines and see what's going to fail in the times to come. Coming to analytics, initially it was descriptive. Now we have moved to the next level of predictive. So we are using it for predictive maintenance. We are sort of combining IoT as well as analytics together to get the best out of the operational data, operational nuances, operational types that are available on the machines. Analytics have become such I would say inseparable part of our team's journey that most of the reviews, so there's no paper reports now. Everything happens on dashboards, which are real-time dashboards. People are able to see the current performance as well as they are able to do what-if analysis on multiple parameters. So these are really coming helpful for the organization. So honestly, we have not yet tested our hands on AR VR, but yes, they come. If we talk of the overall industry, it would be just assume that there's a person who has gone to service a machine in a remote village, and somebody sitting from here, he just puts on a 3D glass and is able to actually see the machine that he's going to repair, and somebody from the central service station is able to guide him or her to take it forward. So that's the benefit, and they come handy in multiple trainings also without actually reaching the machine. They can virtually see it. Go by the human psyche. If you and me try to learn something using the traditional books, or we are just reading, so the span of attention of a human mind is hardly 5 minutes, depending on the type of media that they are using. If they are reading a book, it would be different. If they are watching a video, it would be different. But if they are so we are all by nature very sort of attuned to use games. If something can be taught in sort of gamification, or even if it can become a healthy competition between two peers, so we started using this in some of our areas. Like for some of the people who are able to see that there are 5 team members, so you are at level 5, somebody is level 4, we are able to compare that. So that brings in the basic. So basically, this gamifications help you uh, build on the basic human nature. So you are working, but working in a gamification mode. So that's very idealistic sort of way to evolve to understand it. So robotics actually is nothing new. So if we look at suppose our first plant, which was established in 1976, and our last plant, which came around 6 7 years back. The amount of robotics adoption in the newest plant and the oldest plant is so different that the manpower required in both of them would vary in the ratio one is to two. So robotics is an integral part for any manufacturing industry because it lets do the routine jobs which are just a lift and shift and do. So all of that can be done by the robotics. So robotics has become very essential, be it any man, at least for manufacturing industry. But nowadays robotics are being used a lot in the warehousing solutions also and other related areas. So smart tire is I would say a niche offering which has been offered in India only by JK Tires. So this is a tire which comes fitted with sensors, and these sensors are able to online monitor the temperature, pressure, as well as give you the GPS location, the geo coordinates of the vehicle, of the tires that they are in. Plus, there are some additional features that if a tire is being removed, so they will give an alert. If somebody takes a tire even a meter away from the vehicle, it will give an alarm to the owner that something is happening with your tire. So this smart tire is helping. So it is not just for the technological proving our technological prowess. So important thing about is if the tire is running at the right recommended temperature and pressure, it gives a considerable fuel saving. Savings are on two fronts. If you maintain the, okay, let me tell it the other way. If the tire pressure, the inflation pressure drops down or increases by 10%, the tire life decreases by an equal amount. And secondly, the fuel consumption also, if the pressure is improper, the fuel consumption on these cases would increase or decrease by 1 or 2%. So these were the two basic tenets based on which we have introduced this smart tire. So this came out with a bang in the last Auto Expo, and we are finding a good traction for them in the market. The center of everything, not for every business, not just JK Tyre. Customer experience is everything. If customers are happy in an offline mode or an online mode, so that's very important. So what COVID has taught everyone is that if something can be done online, why do you need to do it offline? So that mantra, we had our platforms in place even before the COVID, but COVID sort of increased the pace of their adoption. So just a small point in cases. So in today's case, we are getting a digital payments to the tune of 95%, which was probably very less before COVID. So it has let people understand. But had the process been less customer friendly, customers would have never used that mode. Second, all of so our digital platforms act as a virtual office for our customers. Our customers are majorly our dealers and distributors, not the end customers like you or me who would be going to buy the tires. But yes, there are online presence. We have online presence for customers also, but it's majorly in the B2B scene. So this acts as a virtual office in which my partners are able to place orders, see their account statements, make payments, and do each and everything otherwise that they would have done with a sales officer. Customer experience is the center of everything that we are trying to do. We had been focusing on the omni-channel strategy since the very start, but as because of COVID, its adoption has increased a lot. So we want that the customer shall not be asked to use one specific method of doing business. Business can be ordering, business can be payment, business can be complaints resolution, complaints logging, and anything that a customer wants to do with JK shall be available online, and we shall not restrict the customer to use a specified mode of communication. So omni-channel, again, it is a part of extended CX, customer experience only.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.